What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another game of Overwatch. Today we are casting the Div 6 or Div 6 in the European scene. We have No Mercy versus Ethereal Rising. I'm looking forward to this game because I've seen these two play and they are excellent. Co-hosting with me today is going to be Ask for More. Ask for More, what's going on, man?
No, we have players from Ethereal Rising, which is actually coming from my old organization, Ethereal Gaming. Awesome group of people. I know Brook UK, Timmy, and Lark from before. Awesome players. They are really good at what they're doing. On the other side, from No Mercy, we have a much bigger difference in ranking from what we usually see. What I'm really excited to see is if Botman can make up for this gap in SR in his team. He is over 1,000 SR higher than the lowest person on his team, so I think we need to see him pick up this game and take on a carry role if No Mercy's going to get away with this win.
Now, I don't know if you know Botman. Let me actually take a look at his profile there. Take a look at what class he plays and if he's going to be able to carry with that class. He does play Soldier 76, and that can be a very strong class to carry with. If they are going to be working a lot with Soldier, what kind of comps do you expect to see or compositions do you expect to see coming out of that group?
Well, I would say the first have a Soldier. Soldier is, first of all, the strongest DPS in the game if you just count on raw DPS. Because of the versatility of his DPS as well as his mid-range damage is really high. If I'm not mistaken, after the nerf setting his bullet damage to 19, his total DPS is 160 on shields, which is only matched by Roadhog and Junkrat. And therefore I will say if we see the Soldier, we probably see it in either a heavy dive comp or a really heavy triple DPS comp, just one of the other. I don't think we're gonna see the 2-2-2, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Also with the name, No Mercy, if we see a 2-2-2, I would expect to see a Pharah together with a Mercy, because from what I've heard, at least one of the players on the team, I'm not sure who, really likes Mercy, so that might open up for some good Pharah, which is going to require Ethereal Rising to put up some good hit scan play, or just win a ground fight for then making the Pharah useless. We'll have to see. There's so much that could happen.
Now, I'm noticing a trend going on for Ethereal Rising at least, but it looks like No Mercy hasn't quite caught on yet. And if you've probably seen the last few games that I've been casting, you'll notice that all the icons for every player are the new Golden Anniversary icons, even though they're not going to be playing an Orisa or, or a Torbjorn there. But No Mercy,
I would
man.
say this comp is just amazing. Having a Winston and Rain as an Anoris as a tank with double Snapper and Torbjorn, I think this is a spot on attack comp for Sky Industries, if that's the map we're moving into.
That's going to be great. I have never actually seen a comp played with Orisa. You've probably seen more comps than me. Has Orisa ever been part of the meta? Or at least has she been
Orisa is
with?
a really big part of the meta already. She is really showing forward in the Torb Rissa comp, which is a defense comp, which is basically that the Orisa shield has this angle, which makes it you can fully shield a Torb turret from all angles if you place it close to a wall.
Oh.
So in order to kill it, you have to get inside of the shield, which is a way it could be used. But the only real map she's been played in pro play and high level tournaments, my team as well, from Div Team Diverse North, also played in a certain map, which is Sanctum on Nepal. It's the inside map with the pit just next to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Due to her orb being able to pull targets down into the pit. Same with other maps with a hole near the point, where they're forced to fight near an area where it's really easy to get environmental kills. Due to the orb having such an easy way of getting people off the map and you're not risking anything because you're just shooting slowly forward. So just being aware of that if you're playing on such a map could be an idea. Also, if we're going into Volskaya, Orisa defense could work in the same way that if the attackers decide to go on their left side when engaging, Orisa can shoot her orb out over the water and get an early team wipe for high ult charge. And the real use for Orisa's ultimate is going to be to farming ults like Ana was on release. The first strat with Ana was she had the fastest charging ult in the game. I think we're talking 10% a shot it was
Wow.
back then. And the way you used it is you had your DPS or the ultimate you wanted to get, and every time you had nanoboost, you just nanoboost that target to give them more ult charge, because ult charge is based about damage done, not shots hit. So the more damage you deal, the more ult percentage you're getting, because there's an easier formula for the game to calculate. And therefore using such a damage increasing ult, which is all the way to 50%, charge ults is the most efficient way of using it. So Orisa's ult is most usually used after your first usage of ultimates. So if you have a fight, you use 3 ultimates, you still have the Orisa ult. And then next, like before the next fight, when you're just poking, you can use the Orisa ult to just farm up ultimates with the rest of your team to get ready for the next fight again.
That's pretty impressive. Now I want to see some actual Orisa gameplay here, guys. Now I'm getting pumped. I'm so ready. By the way, ask for more. Do you have like a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel?
I do have a YouTube channel. I do not publish a lot on it. I have been starting doing VOD reviews, which I soon will publish if I decide to do so, for players that I'm currently coaching. So if someone wants Lucio coaching, just hit me up on that.
Yeah, guys, we do have Ask for More here. He's a senior in the game. I've seen him play tons, especially as Lucio. He does a very good, job of not only healing up his teammates, but actually finding those crazy boops that you'd never expect in the game. So Ask for More. It's an honor to have you on the show, man. I'm so excited to get casting with you.
I'm just really glad to be here with you. Getting a chance to cast myself. It's been a long time since I've done it, and I really enjoy doing it. So I hope I can bring some of my game knowledge to enhance the cast to make it even more perfect, even though it already is pretty close to perfect.
So we do have a couple questionnaires that the teams have filled out. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at those and see, what kind of information we can glean from them. I basically went to the teams and I asked them, hey guys, how did you guys get started? What kind of strats can we look forward to in the game? And little tidbits and stuff like that. So I'm gonna pull that sheet up very quickly here. All right, and actually, ask for more. You said you had some background with Ethereal Rising. What kind of background did you have? Let the audience know.
I was in this gaming community called Ethereal Gaming, where Ethereal Rising is coming from. Together with 4 of the members of Ethereal Rising, we were players and moderators for the section. I was the senior mod for a while, which means I was one of the leaders of the group. Just a big gaming community. It now shut down, sadly, because of reasons. Not completely got up on that because I left the group to chase my dream to become a professional Overwatch player, which I'm still working on. Hopefully I'll manage to do that. But the background, I never really talked to any of them. I just saw them around from time to time, and we know who we are to each other. It was just fun seeing them again for the first time in 4 months now? 5 months since I left the community.
Traveling to Volskaya.
But it seems we're entering the first game here on Volskaya Industries, with Ethereal Rising on the attack first, followed by No Mercy on the defense. So we've seen the Widow pick here. Do you think they're gonna change it, or for now I just think they are teasing us with the Junkrat and Bastion and Widow?
I think
Not
they're
gonna show us what they're planning on.
I think they're gonna be teasing us here, man. I gotta go in here real quick and actually change the names of these teams I have in my overlay. Nobody told me about that in the beginning there. But let me go ahead and switch this up real quick. In the meantime, tell us a little bit about this map and what kind of strats, what kind of comps we're seeing coming out of these groups.
Okay, so we're seeing a summer pick here. No, we're not. We could have. My favorite comp on this map for the defense side is a Sombra comp due to the high amount of health packs around the point. And if you're planning on full holding, the Sombra comp's the way to go usually. But we do see the Widow. We talked about Boatman having to step up here if he were gonna win. And he ends up on this soldier, this heavy hard carry. So we're probably gonna see a normal gate hold because they have this Reinhardt. Reinhardt plus Saya combo makes holding the first choke incredibly easy in a way, but also difficult in the same way. Reinhardt is made for holding chokes, which the first gate here is. There's only one way in, only one way out, unless you have divers going around on the far left side of the attackers coming behind point. So the team is going to be holding here with the Pharah. Pharah's going to be peeking over the bridge, whilst Reiner is going to stand together with Saya, waiting for a chance to charge into the enemy Reiner with the Saya bubble, stopping him from getting stunned or slapped any sort. We're getting the attackers in on a basic 2-2-2 dive camp with a Zenyatta and an Ana, which means they're going to be lacking some speed and might have issues getting through this choke.
Now, let's see. Winston does go ahead and pop in here on No Mercy, trying to get a little bit of damage in there, trying to, just do some work if he can. Gonna fall back a little bit. And actually, wow, Lucy's gonna go down for No Mercy. That's a huge pick by the Winston there, because that's gonna mean a lot less heals for Team Ethereal Rising.
We see the fight going on. It's a pretty even fight, but due to the spawn advantage, we will see the Ana coming back soon. Here Rising might have to back out, the team being split up, 3 people being outside of the gate, 2 people now being inside after Winston goes down. Genji goes down, and this will probably force a regroup. And the bomb goes onto Rain. The Mokalon gets a pick on Cave the Cat. Rain, but it's not enough, and it ends up being a wasted ultimate.
It does look like No Mercy's doing a pretty good job of holding here, guys. They're gonna get on the soldier. Gonna get on the soldier cam. As you can see, it looks kind of like Ethereal Rising is regrouping, trying to get their bearings together. But we notice that Botman here notices a Tracer in the background. That Tracer might do a little bit of damage. But Winston does hop in on the point and is trying to push everybody off the point. Soldier can't get on the point. D.Va can't get on the point. It looks like, but finally Ethereal Rising's Winston does go down. And Botman's gonna come in here and do a huge hold, taking out the Winston, going for the Genji, going for the Ana as well. Can he get this Genji? Genji's doing his best to reflect all those shots taken at him, but Genji looks like he might go down here in just a second. Oh, gets Botman. Botman does go down, and there comes the res from No Mercy. That res is going to give him a new bit of life, but it also means they don't have a res to hold later on in the game. What kind of fight are we seeing here so far? Ask for more.
Okay, so what we're seeing, during the first attack, they realized Ethereal Rising realized that the soldier's a threat. He's the one we have to take out. And they go for him to get him down, but you also see the focus from Natsukage on this Mercy, taking out this soldier. Taking off the soldier again after he dies, which means their main focus is keeping him alive, and this comp is built around protecting him. But we see that Ethereal Rising has a problem with getting enough speed to get in. Maybe a Lucio pick might be what they need, but they now have 3 ults going in. Monkey goes in, jumping onto the Mercy in the background with Genji. Genji ults, taking out 2 pigs. Here we come talking about the rest that was not there. Saya goes in on point, does nothing. D.Va's gonna flip over the house towards middle of point, and there's only the Saya and Mercy again. Good move from the Winston ult, leaves Mercy all defend by herself, and this is a 1-5 first one taken by Ethereal Rising.
It looks like Mercy's gonna go in suicide, just to get back with her team. To be honest, there was nothing she could do there. It does look like Ethereal Rising is gonna finally take this point pretty dominantly. I don't think Mercy's gonna have a chance to fight this. And yes, that is the point to Ethereal Rising. They're gonna go ahead and move forward. What I noticed back there in that last fight, we did see an early res coming in from Mercy. How did you feel about that res? Because they only got a couple people.
Well, the first res got only the soldier, which clearly proves that that's the focus of the team, keeping the soldier up and alive. I think it was a waste of 5 was already won, but it was probably just to secure the fight win. But I think it was a misuse, and one of the main reasons the fight ended up as it is, as well as the Reinhardt and the Pharah did not get to use their ults in the fight. Now we just see a poke fight. Brook is taken out by Cave the Cat with a fire strike and is forced to regroup. Now the favors have changed on these 2 CP maps. You see that the spawn advantage is now in favor of the defenders, while on the first point is in favor of the attackers, which makes trickling impossible, and you're forced to get a pick before then going in and getting a clean team right to be able to manage to get this point.
Now we do notice that No Mercy does have the Pharah, and we actually have the ult economy going towards No Mercy. So that's gonna mean whenever they want to, they can start engaging this battle or defending very heavily. No Mercy is coming in with their Pharah ult. She's coming in here doing a little bit of damage, but you can see that Ethereal Rising is really just sitting on the side. Genji does go down. That's going to be a huge pick for No Mercy. Going for the D.Va again, but Winston puts up a really nice shield there, so that's going to block a lot of damage. You notice that Ethereal Rising looks like they're coming in our perspective, from the left-hand side. How are you feeling about this push there, Ask for more?
I do believe that if you're going with this comp, if you had a Lucio going left side would go on the right side, left side of the defenders would be okay. You see Monkey going behind the flank, creating space now. Going onto the Saya, stopping them from shielding. You see a large waste of the defense matrix from Sao here. But the Monkey jumps back to help his team out. Which again, this is just a poke fight building up ultimates. Maybe a dry push would be what they need. And what a drive push is, pushing in without your ultimates, forcing your opponent to use ultimates, and then going in to the next fight with an ult advantage. Because currently, you see that Brock, Timmy, Hofdale, Local, Lord, and Solid closing in ults, which means it's going to be a 6 versus 5 ults in favor of Ethereal Rising. This might be the fight taking it all, interchanging with the Zenyatta presenters, going in, jumping the backline with Monkey, taking off. Soldier ults coming in, followed by a Lucio ult by No Mercy. Nanobus Soldier tries to take on targets, they get 2 picks, the Earthshatter brings several people of the team down. Soldier is sniped, and a perfect rest from Natsukaget brings the fight back in favor. And this might be an overuse of ultimates from No Mercy, but they managed to clean up the fight. They used up 5 ults for 5.
It looks like we got Winston stuck in the corner there. Can't barely get out. Does get out, but unfortunately dies immediately right afterwards. That was a lot of ults coming out, especially from No Mercy, but it did help them clench that point there. We noticed that Lokalon, I believe, the first soldier, dropped his ult first, and then Botman came in with his second ult and cleaned up where Ethereal Conjuring had used their ult already. So we did see a lot of ults come out there on the point, but in the end, No Mercy came out alive. Now, why did we see No Mercy come out alive in that case, man?
We see now that Ethereal Rising are pushing forward again, trying to build balls. They have this devolve, which usually does not get a lot done, especially with this Rain and Sai being able to shield off their team. Soldier's pushing on the right side, while the rest of the team goes mid. Soldier goes to regroup with his team, and Lokalon is trying to get to the side ground, and the team is now split up. We'll have to see if the Raid goes back to shield his team in. I'm gonna try a left side push this time again, like I tried last.
Now, it does look like we have a push coming in from Ethereal Rising. Yeah, like you said, they're coming in from the left side. Barak is going to lead that push. He's coming in as the Reinhardt putting up his shield. Notices a Pharah upstairs, but his team can't quite get the Pharah just yet. They're going to go ahead and notice the Zarya behind him, trying to push that Zarya away if he can. This looks like it is going to be a dry push because we don't have a whole lot of ults up for either team, but Reinhardt's going in there. We might see a Reinhardt v Reinhardt battle any second now. Enemy Reinhardt does have a shield on him, but that gets put away very quickly. And we notice that Barak is just kind of hanging out with his team. They have dominated this left-hand side, but they can't get a push in there, then it's not going to be of any use. Reinhardt does get pushed back, going to go in for a charge. Doesn't quite get a charge, but is going to have a Reinhardt v Reinhardt battle now. Oh, Cave Cat goes down, Dokatora goes down, and that is some huge kicks from Barak here. Barak is nano boosted as well. Going to try to get the Pharah, but there comes the res. And that res is going to indicate that just maybe there might be a comeback here for No Mercy. But once again, our Reinhardt is doing a lot of work, really holding back that ult from Botman. Botman does get taken down. Gonna get the hammer down, plus the wham, plus the charge right onto Lucio and Mercy, both of which get taken down. And that's a lot of kills for both teams, actually. No Mercy is holding on barely, but they only have 2 people on the point. Right
now
there.
We see the last push coming in. We see that the reason for that fight going the way it did was Mercy holding the rest. It's in a good point. And then the D.Va wasting her defense medics, not able to counter the important ult from the Soldier and from the Pharah, which goes to team clean team wipe. But now they're coming in on the last push. What do we see here, Dirt?
That Zarya ult is actually going to take the cake there because that held the team off for way too long from the point. We do have Ethereal Rising still trying to come in, but it might not be enough because they already have taken a lot of damage from that ult. We do have both ults coming out from the soldiers, but other than that, it's going to be a very dry push.
92%, he jumps in trying to get the last part of the ult charge. Still trying to charge it, still contesting the point. Can they get these 33%? Missed Earthshatter coming in from Cave Cat. Brooklyn K gets nano boosted by Hall. But is this enough? Lokalon takes out the enemy soldier, Buffman is down, mid target is down, rest though is available, and this should be an easy cleanup for No Mercy.
Especially coming in with that Pharah ult. Now she gets put to sleep, but does get a good kill. And with that defense, looks like No Mercy is going to be able to hold. Do take out the Roadhog, do take out the Soldier as well. That's going to be a clean hold for No Mercy and a well played for both teams. Wow, that was an intense game there, Aspamore.
The fights were really close, and it always came down to that one overuse of ultimate or that one no use. I would say the case of playing conservatively was not there, but there was cases of overusage, especially on the first point on the attack where Ethereal Rising managed to get the point, which caused them to fall behind, and good ult management from No Mercy got him to let him fall hold this point. Also good stalling on the point, which allowed respawns to come back in. Extended fights, just using this one advantage you have, keeping that in the back of your mind, and making sure that things work. I think that the problem maybe for Ethereal Rising, they did not have enough momentum to try to get in on the point, which could be caused by Lucio. The Zenyatta orbs did not really bring anything significant, as he was not able to orb the targets that were hooked by the Roadhog constantly, which opens a much wider range of characters that you can shoot down with your hook, like Saya, for example, as a one-shot with the Zenyatta orb when she gets hooked. Focus on the Mercy was also lacking. Yes, they focused down bot lane, which seems to be now going on to a Genji, which was the second most played as we saw earlier. The high focus on the soldier, but then the focus from the rest of the fight lacked somewhat, and they end up splitting up and not being able to utilize their comp properly.
Now, I do
Because
gotta
when it comes
ask
not-
you, were there any specific fights or any specific plays that stood out for you in that game?
To be fair, I think positioning from botman won the second point, keeping the high ground, flexing between the left side and the middle high ground at the correct times, make sure there was like a certain uncertainty for where he were at all times. So I think in general, no specific play I want to take up. Maybe the three-man mercy rest on first, almost clear of the second point, if there was a play. But off plays, botman's positioning is the biggest play so far. And we see a push coming in from the right side for the attackers, sorry.
Yeah, coming in from the right side, we do have Genji trying to do a little bit of damage on this Reinhardt if he can. Gonna reflect that Fire Strike. Very nice reflect strike from Botman there. He's gonna come back, get a little bit of a heal, and go in for a little bit more damage on that Reinhardt. Really just trying to build their ults up at this point in the game. We do have a Pharah up top with a Mercy as well. He's gonna try to get a little bit of damage on this Genji. Genji might have to fall back here. Does get a little bit of a poke on the Mercy, but not nearly enough to take her out. What kind of team composition are we seeing here, ask for more?
We are seeing two very static 2-2-2 comps. They're going in now. Reinhardt charges in on Hog. Brock again misses his charge and takes down Reinhardt with a swing of his hammer. Local takes out the Mercy on the side, but Botman gets the Zenyatta. Now there's opportunity of just backing out, but Mercy gets up, flies up, gets big with her pistol, and this stops this push for this clears a hole for Ethereal Rising and stops No Mercy from getting in on the point, with forcing a regroup. We see a change from Doctor from into the soldier, which means to have both a Genji and a soldier on this attack, which seems fair because the Pharah from Saul is caused to be a real problem for No Mercy. They're pushing in now to go in the backline. Hog is left alone with Lucio and Genji. KK gets a pick and ran to charge. Hog is stay hiding up top of the building with her rest, but the Genji and Hog gets a perfect rest of 3 men, but Botman keeps following up with the Dragon Blade taking at Saul, but Timmy takes him out finally. Charges in from Brook, takes in Cave Cat, pushes it into the wall. Cave Cat's now alone after from the team. A hammer down secures the kill on Lucio. And now can this Reinhardt get out? No, Hog takes him down, but another rest comes in with 2 men on Cave Cat and Trickster. A perfect 4-man shatter from Cave Cat. He secures a pick on the Mercy and Soldier. And this, I cannot see it going any other way than being a clean wipe and taking the point from No Mercy.
We did have two reses coming in there from both teams. It looked like No Mercy actually popped their second, and that might have been what clinched the point for them.
Defensive ult used second is usually the most effective. Like if one team pops the Lucio ult, the other team can back off and then engage afterwards with their own Lucio ult to just completely disable. We see a jump on Winston. Winston goes in alone. Brook is playing incredibly offensively, and this might get punished.
Yeah, we do have Winston jumping in. Farrah notices that there is a Winston behind her, but Winston already falling back with his team here. It looks like he's actually going in a little bit and does get taken out in the end. Mercy's going to come in here. She does have her ult ready. Oh, wow, but Farrah does get taken out by a Mercy, which is pretty impressive. You rarely see that happen, man. And that's when the Doctor popped his ult, but does get taken down extremely quickly by Timmy. Let's take a look at the Timmy camp. Timmy does finally get taken out by Reinhardt. All the ults are coming in on the point now, guys. And it does look like this might just go towards No Mercy. Seeing a lot of blue on the point here.
And this is the game for us. We see the really good clear, the prediction of Mercy having her rest ready, focusing her down for then clearing out the rest of the team with usage of ultimates. And all over, great planning, well executed attack on the second point, clearing out first the Mercy with the Pharah, which made sure that, okay, she had to rest, she had a solo rest, which would give less value out of her ultimate. It might have been right to just as 3 people were jumping her in the upper right. And here we see the 3-man rest I was talking about from Natsukag, which secured the hold on his first point and ensured they could take it.
Heroes never die.
See a there's a 4-man Earth Shatter coming from Cave Cat and cleans up the fight. swinging his hammer like a rabious dog.
No mercy. Natsu in the chat commending himself slash herself. And you notice there's 70% kill participation. That is huge for a mercy. Very well played by Natsu there. That goes to show that not only was we actually predicted Botman to do a lot of carrying, but actually we had the mercy coming in with the huge plays. And so that's going to imply that we do have a lot more to look at with no mercy.
Yeah, we see that with those comps that both teams were playing, yes, a lot of focus was on the soldier, but also on the mercy. Whichever team managed to get down the opponent's mercy first usually won the fights. Just because of the high HPS that she has, compared to the Zenyatta and Lucio on both sides. As we did not see, like the Ana we saw was instead of a Lucio, which the reason that you would pick a Zenyatta is due to having more damage. And Lucio brings more damage directly than Ana does, even though Ana's DPS is higher, she's going to be using her DPS to heal instead. So if they maybe change the Ana for Lucio, giving more speed to the comp, allowing her to get to the Mercy faster and making her shift less effective, not allowing her Guardian Angel to let her escape every single fight.
Now, a couple of fights that did stand out in my mind, specifically the first point, I think it was the first match, No Mercy was on defense, and we got a res on Botman. It was just a single res on Botman, meaning that it shows, number one, how much the soldier is important to No Mercy, but after that res, we actually did see No Mercy get wiped, and saw a point where they might have been able to better use that res instead of using it on the one soldier that one time. So I feel like that was one key point that kind of stood out during the whole match. But there were tons of things going on during both those games. Ask for more. What specifically stood out for you during those matches?
No, as I said, I would like to just... The positioning from the Soldier Mercy from No Mercy side was really good, allowing them to stay safe. They peeled well for each other, kept them away. I do have to say I really liked that the play that Ethereal Rising did, letting the Mercy fly up on a dead Pharah and then getting a long-range headshot kill on the first point made me giggle a bit. Just love the Battle Mercy coming in there. But all over, the big focus on Botman's, who played Genji the second round, performed well, got a 4-man kill on his first Dragon Blade. Was a bit delayed, which was probably the reason that didn't make the play of the game. Also good Earth Shatters from No Mercy's side. Ethereal Rising had some problem with overextending on defense and on attack, while No Mercy showed a lot more restrict playstyle. With that I mean that they stayed back, they made sure to not give up free ult charge, not getting picked off, and the more conservative way of playing in the way of positioning really gave them an edge in the fights, not allowing the defenders to charge the defensive ults for the fights. And usually on 2CP, like we saw here on Volskaya, we see that the problem is that the defensive ults are too strong. You're holding a certain point, there's no really anywhere you can move, because once you get on the point you need to stay on the point. And then the defensive ults like a Mercy Res, Lucio ult, Transcendence, all these ults have a lot more effect than any offensive ults. A Mercy Res that you use your entirety of the ults, you use 4 ults on clearing the enemy team. Mercy comes in and rest, that's a 4-for-1 trade in ultimates, which just proves these defensive ultimates have such a huge place on 2CP maps where the fights are much more grouped. It's almost the same on King of the Hill maps such as Oasis, but we seem to be moving into the next map, which is going to be Dorado.
Dorado, very interesting choice here. What kind of differences? Obviously, this is a hybrid. No, not a hybrid. I'm sorry. This is a push the cart map, so it's going to be very different from the PPC map we just witnessed.
No, I do think we're going to see somewhat of the same comps due to the high amount of chokes around this map, especially on first point. The general strategy that most teams use in both high rank and low ranks are first point will use triple tank comp and if they're not, it will be a 2-2, often with a Symmetra and an Mercy, or a Symmetra and an Ana. Reason that you might consider the Mercy instead of the Ana is due to the nerf to her HPS and damage output, as well as her self-sustain being lower, and she's not able to protect herself as well. But we'll see a triple support comp come out from Ethereal Rising here, with 2 healers plus a Symmetra and a Soldier Ring and a Hog. This could work due to the choke, but I do not see this working on any other point than the first.
Let's take a look. And what are we seeing here from so we got No Mercy. What kind of a comp are we seeing from No Mercy?
We're seeing basically they did last time on the defense, which was the Power Mercy with a Soldier as a DPS, having a Lucio together with a Mercy, and a Rain and a Saya just allowing more space to be made. The problem with the comp is if the Power is getting shut down, not able to create enough space for the team, they will have problems pushing the cart, and just contesting will go for free for UK, who is currently dancing the walls, and Saul is enjoying watching him. Kind of creepily with that big man with a pig strung over his face.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the Joker from the more adult series of Batman.
Yeah.
But here we go, attack starting, and we see the Paramount straight go up and start to contest the high point. Trying to use her concussion blast to get people up the high ground, not working this unfortunately. This is just currently a poke war, trying to destroy the shield, or use the shield to try to keep his team safe, but at this point it's just a waste of shield. Doctor could go in here and try to get some free ult charge.
Does get a kill on local and very nice. And he's gonna go in here and do a little bit more damage. Notices a sentry, takes out that sentry very quickly. Going in here, notices a Roadhog who's a little out of place there. Gonna try to get a little bit of damage on him. Pushes Reinhardt's shield back, and that's gonna allow the shield to go down for just a second there. And the team's actually getting through this choke very handily.
And we see the Power Mercy. The Power's getting focused by Diana because the only time we get range charged in Botman, gets Botman, and also gives the whole team low. Team is low in the back line, but keeps backing up. The whole team from Ethereal Rise is turning in low. So we see that who is that stalling the payload? Hiding behind, that's a Lucio. Hiding behind the payload, stopping it from getting pushed forward. Currently just jumping out. Botman clears up the fight with his Soldier. While team is just going to stall the payload for as long as he can, securing those crucial seconds.
Looks like we're finally
Staying alive longer than we should. Teleporter comes in, but it's not enough. The Rocket Barrage clears out the entire team plus the teleporter. And
that was an amazing barrage coming in, specifically from Doctor. Not only took out the teleporter that just came up, but took out a looked like it took out a bunch of, it must have taken out a bunch of sentries too. But still, that was a very impressive barrage. Immediately just hit that Q button and took out everything that Symmetra had set up in that room, and a couple kills itself. It does look like
and here we see Lokalon just staggering himself in behind payload, forcing this team to fight a one-man down fight. Using the rest alone, Lucio, I'm not sure if that's what he wanted to do, but certainly did it. Mercy going Battle Mercy on this side. Timmy and Saul are here trying to get out, but Speed Boost is not enough to get a hog out. The Blink Body is still easy to hit, and this kind of just stick on this triple D support comp.
It looked like we did have a little bit of a fat finger getting the res on the Lucio, but if they wanted Lucio, now they have one once again. No Mercy's Botman going to come in around the corner. You notice that he does have his ult ready, so he might be trying to pop it behind the enemy team. Does take the high ground. A very interesting movement strategy. That was really cool. I've never seen that before. Anyway, notices a couple people going into the garden back there. Notices a Roadhog coming for him as well. Does a lot of damage to the Roadhog. Roadhog has to jump off and disengage from that battle. Reinhardt v Reinhardt battle going on in the bottom there. It does look like, we might possibly see, yes, Lokalin goes down. It looks like we're going to see a hammer down coming in from the enemy, from No Mercy as well. But Soldier's going to take out Symmetra in the corner there. And that's when the ult does come out from Lokalin, but it's going to be a solo ult. Did it all by himself, and unfortunately his team wasn't there to capitalize on that.
And here we see again Lokalon getting caught out of position, but a huge Earth Shatter comes in and Nana Blizzard work the UK, getting that two targets, anti-healing both the Mercy and the Saya. Here comes a two-man rest on Soul, Botman and Trickset. Hook misses from Soul, but Botman starts clearing up the fighting Cave Cat is able. Yes, it was a huge Earth Shatter. Their charge was maybe a mistake, but they almost cleared the team. The rest though make sure that Saul gets a pick in the backline. Will this be enough to miss the hook? And he's going down now. I didn't see any way of him winning this huge fight. Lark's coming in now. The defending measures might be enough to keep his teammates alive. Lokalon dead on the payload from the Botman Soldier, who's getting pocketed by this Mercy. Ryan is going in. Orchid UK swinging his hammer like a madman, going for the Soldier, gets the trick set on that Lucio with his fire strike. And now Mercy's flying around, trying to stay alive herself, trying to heal up her allies at the same time. In a tough spot, Lark is staggering the payloads. One of the advantages comes in from Ethereal Rising. We see Local coming in for the third time this fight. Will he be able to get a pick? Another Earth Shatter from Brooked UK. This charge is just insane on this Earth Shatter. Saul on the payload now all by himself once again, using his E to heal up.
Yeah, it looks
I'm
like
not sure how that ability works.
Do get a Pharah unleashing her ult onto the point Doctor, but only got Zenyatta from what I could see there. Not too much, but it did mean that the enemy team, Ethereal Rising, really couldn't come in and contest, and so No Mercy does take that, or I'm sorry, No Mercy does take that point extremely confidently there. We do have 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. How are you feeling about these times?
Well, this is a really good push, first of all. The stagger from Timmy in the beginning. For Lucio, at least wasting 20, maybe even 30 seconds on the payload push was huge. I think they should just keep trying. They're not gonna pick on Cave Cast Rain, but Doctor gets 2 pick in the backline on both Timmy and Lokalon, which means the main source of damage is down. Get the rest in the Cave Cat, and it's a full team. But another rest comes in, 3-man, Brooke, Timmy, Lokalon, but the Rock Barrage comes in to counter it. Defense Mitch is not there to stop it, and it's a full team wipe, only Mina Diva and Hog coming in, and this should be the map. Pretty good time, almost 3 minutes left.
Wow, you noticed that the minute that Hulk came in with her res, that was when both ults, not only from Botman, but also from Doctor, came out and just cleaned up the entirety of the Ethereal Rising team. Very well done by No Mercy. Once again, showing that coordination and knowing exactly when to use their ults.
We saw here just a general positional mistakes caused Ethereal Rising to fall out, getting picked and getting punished. This was not based on the macro level play, which means strategies and tactics. This was based on the general positioning of the team. We saw Lokalon on the soldier getting picked up 4 times before fights even started, which forcing his team to play 1 man down with a main DPS to only hit scan against the Pharah Mercy comp. Maybe even going double hit scan would be the case to do here. We saw the change from Timmy onto the Zenyatta, helping out to kill the Pharah Mercy, just getting the orb on the Mercy, then the Pharah. But the problem was they were not focusing in that order. They were focusing on first the Pharah, then the Mercy, causing them to having to deal an extra 3, maybe 400 damage to the Pharah because of the Mercy's Mercy heal coming on.
It looks like we might have Lokalon on the Widowmaker. Maybe, maybe not. We're hoping that she stays Widowmaker because I do love seeing those Widowmaker plays.
And also it's going to be to counter this Pharah Mercy, which caused so much trouble for them in the beginning. Botman was not the main issue. Yes, his soldier is really good for this match, but it's not enough alone. But Doctor just getting 1, 2, maybe 3 picks before fights even start with those normal left clicks, getting people in position with his concussive blast, which is his E ability, and keeping himself in the air, having Mercy somewhere to go. But now we're gonna see the start going in. See again the Diva and the Monkey coming out from Timmy and Brooke with the... We're actually seeing the Widowmaker coming in here. Lokalon takes a position on the side, whilst Brooke goes beneath through tunnels, getting a flank on the team. They should be able to hear him coming up here though. Maybe the 2 folks on the Widowmaker.
And just like Roxer coming from the top, gonna go ahead and get the Reinhardt, trying to do a little bit of damage. Zarya does have her shields up though, and it looks like Brock's push isn't gonna do too much, just kind of make a little bit of chaos up there at the stands. But with this chaos, it does mean that No Mercy might have to actually switch off or rotate into the corner. They do take out Brock in the end. Botman does get a nice kill on him, and that's gonna be 2 down for Ethereal Rising. They kind of hold a little bit of defense. Teammate in the back tries to get back with his team on top of that wall. But with 2 people down, they're going to have to rotate to the side because that cart's already getting pushed pretty far there, as we can see. Timmy's coming in with his teammates around the corner.
And
go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, sorry. And the first fight is now over. We saw that picks again, getting the first picks in the beginning, and then Ethereal Rising not backing out, ready for a full week. They're trying to take 5 or 6. They have yet to win one of the 5 or 6, and it's now the 5th time they've taken. On Altars, we see that Botman is really close. We've got to focus on the Mercy. Brook UK is starting this Matsukage, but ends up going down to Botman. Timmy on the pillar, trying to shoot down the Rain Barrier. Rain Barrier is almost full HP. Lark going in for the solo rest on Brook with UK. We got a split up team. Like from both sides, trying to sandwich the entirety of No Mercy. Mercy getting focused down. We get a pick on Doctor, trying to get healed, but is trying to get in the heal, but end up getting out of position. We see an ult coming in here from the Botman soldier. And we get a rest on Doctor. Botman is now down, it's even tie. Herald comes in, but it's straight in the face of the soldier. Soldier needs to reload and not able to kill the Pharah, but ends up going down to Lokalon. Brook UK on the back, trying to 1v1 this decon. Timmy throws in his ult, gets no picture, they get a new mecha. Mercy is now on Trixit on the Lucio. Sol is ulting solo against the Saya. It's not enough, the berry keeps him alive. Natsukage is not getting chased around the entire map of Brook UK and is being for the last 20 seconds. Trixit uses Lucio ult to keep Natsukage alive. Holter hits a sleep dart on her, but it's not enough. Buck is back once again to shoot down and rain down the justice from above with his fire. But Timmy is all around with his mech, trying to knock. And a huge Earth Shadow coming in from Cave the Cat, taking down 3 people. And Timmy now just trying to stay alive. Probably should just clear out from the point and give up this fight.
It does look like Soldier's going to try to come in. Does look like Soul's going to try to come in as well, but does have to get back with his team. We do have Farrah v Widowmaker in the corner. Looks like Farrah's going to win this fight hands down, though. Definitely does get that kill, but does get taken down by the Winston in the end. She did get double teamed, but she did get a kill. She did get a nice trade at least in there. So it does look like Ethereal
now they
Rising
have this one advantage. We see them coming in here now. They're changing to the Thara here now for local instead of the Widowmaker. If they go in now, the Mercy will have nowhere to fly to. You need to get in and do this fight before she comes back. And we see Brook UK diving in. What do we see here, Dirt?
Yeah, we looked like we saw Brock diving in, trying to get the Mercy. Didn't quite get her as well. Going again for a second time, but does get taken out very quickly. It does look like No Mercy's doing a great job of holding back that Winston now. But we do have Botman coming in with his ult. Looks like he's going to be ready to use his ult any second there. Notices a soldier in front of him, going for that soldier fight, but doesn't want to fight a Winston along with him as well. Goes back, goes for the high ground. Very good, very good choice there. Notices a Mercy who's a little out of line. Lark is way out here in the battle and does get taken out by Soldier there, or barely holds on by thread actually. Soldier does come in from behind. Botman's doing a lot of work holding on to this point, but it doesn't look like his team is there to quite support him just yet. Doing a lot of damage on Soul, but doesn't look like he's going to be taken out here. But does then come in, Mercy comes in with the res, a 3-man res, and that's when the Tactical Visor comes out. Going for the Ana, gets for the Ana, looking for more. Hopefully going to get this Pharah up here, who is nano boosted. Does get the nano boosted Pharah as well. Looks like this defense is going to hold, and that's going to be the point because overtime is coming in. I don't think Ethereal Rising can come back from this, man.
And that's 2-0 in favor of No Mercy in this Div 6 match. Great play from both teams, just minor things making No Mercy come out on top in both matches.
0-3.
So what were in that match back there? What was the outstanding moment for you? Ask for more. And actually, real quick, let's take a look at this play of the game coming up too before we get into that. From Doctor, very deserved, very much deserved in this case. Let's see which point this was specifically. Comes in, going for the Reinhardt, does get the Reinhardt kill, going in for the Diva as well. Notices the res, and this is when she comes in and actually just destroys that res that just happened. Very well played. This was comboed along with the Tactical Visor, and very well done from the No Mercy side. And I think that, in my case, that play, I saw that from the Soldiers play, and that was probably, I have to agree, that was probably the play of the game.
And that was the first match of the day. I think we have another one coming up soon, do we not?
Yeah, we do have another one coming up pretty soon. Let me take a look. It's supposed to be 5 p.m. BST, which it is 5 p.m. BST, 5 p.m. 11, or it's, well, no, actually 5 p.m. for you guys would be 12 o'clock here, I think. So it's like 4 o'clock where you are?
It's currently 5:08 for me. I'm CEST,
right.
so that would be 1 hour, almost 1 hour, 52 minutes until next round in BST. If that's 5 o'clock, you said.
Yeah, I think so. So we do have a little bit more time. So I'm gonna confirm that we have to wait a little bit, and then we'll probably sign off from there. But yeah, those were some awesome games, man.
Yeah.
No Mercy. No Mercy did a good job of holding it together though, and I think their boosts were just a little more coordinated, in my opinion.
A bit, maybe, yeah.
All right. Well, that's gonna be the game. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Team fight was, yep. Thanks for watching, everybody, and hope to see all of you guys soon in about 52 minutes when we go in on to the next match.
All right. Until then, this is Tough on Dirt, and